things and the greatest of all what Allah has ordered is Tawheed. That's the greatest of all orders and commands of Allah. And the greatest of all the things that Allah has make prohibition upon us is shirk. So as Muslims, if you want safety, we should always check how much do you know of Tawheed so that you can implement and apply in your life because you need it. And likewise, how much do you know of shirk? Because that's the imminent danger. So that you can stay away from it. Sometimes shirk is right there next door to you. You don't even know that. Or you may know, but your children don't. So you need to know that. You're not going to be here forever. One day you have to go here or there, or you have to leave this dunya for good. Because death is certain. And tomorrow is not for none of us. And then you have to protect ourselves and protect our families. قال الله تعالى يا أيها الذين آمنوا قوا أنفسكم وأهليكم نارا. O you who believe, protect yourselves and your families from a fire. قال ابن عباس قوا أي علموهم وأدبوهم. How are you going to protect your families from a fire? By teaching them the deen. Teach them Tawheed in detail so they can be on it. Teach them shirk so they can avoid it and stay away from it. And teach them the akhlaq of Al-Islam. Teach them the good manners of Al-Quran, the good manners of our noble Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. قال الله تعالى في سورة الزمر, the verses 2 and 3, فاعبد الله مخلصا له الدين ألا لله الدين الخالص. Worship Allah, making the religion sincerely for Him. For indeed, the religion should be purely for Allah. No one has the right to share anything in that. All the religion is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. قال الشيخ حفظه الله فدلت هذه الآيات الكريمة وما جاء بمعناها وهو كثير على أن الأعمال لا تقبل إلا إذا كانت خالصة من الشرك. So these ayats, noble verses, and all of those in the Quran that contain the same meaning, and they are many, they are a clear proof that actions are not accepted unless if they are free from shirk, pure and free from shirk. ومن ثم كان اهتمام الرسل بالجمع صلوات الله وسلامه عليهم بإصلاح العقيدة أولا. Says for this matter, the Rusul, the messengers, all of them, they gave great importance to this matter, which is to correct the creed first, to reform the creed of the people, to call them back to Tawheed, to Islamic monotheism, and to leave off shirk, polytheism of all of its types. فأول ما يدعون أقوامهم إلى عبادة الله وحده وترك عبادة ما سواه. The first thing every messenger and a prophet call his people to, is to worship Allah alone, making all worship for Him alone, and to leave off and forsake worshipping anyone or anything besides Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. قال الله تعالى كما في سورة النحل ولقد بعثنا في كل أمة رسولا أن اعبدوا الله واجتنبوا الطاغوت. We have indeed sent amongst every nation a messenger saying to the people, worship Allah, none but Allah, and avoid the false deities. And avoid the false deities. وكل رسول يقول أول ما يخاطب قومه كما أخبر الله عن ذلك في سورة الأعراف اعبدوا الله ما لكم من إله غيره Our noble Shaykh Al-Allama Salih Al-Fawzan, Hafidahullah, he says, every messenger, the first thing he called his people to, as Allah tells us in many places in Surah Al-A'raf, more than one place in Surah Al-A'raf, every messenger said to his people, worship Allah, you have no true God but He. You have no other true God but He to be worshipped. قالها نوح وهود وصالح وشعيب وسائر الأنبياء لقومهم. Shaykh said this was said by Nuh. When you read the ayats 59, 65, 73, 85, ayat once again 59, 65, 73, 85 of Surah Al-A'raf, chapter number 7. Nuh said this to his people: worship Allah. You have no true God but He, subhanahu wa ta'ala, besides Him. Shu'aib, Hud before that said it. Salih said it to his people. Shu'aib said it to his people. And the Shaykh said, and all of the prophets, that's what they said to their people. Worship Allah. You have no true God but besides Him. No one from the prophets says, worship me, worship my mother, worship this person here, or the other person, or this tree, or this jinn. No, people, they come up with those things. Every prophet called to Tawheed, that the religion should be for Allah alone. وقد بقي نبينا صلى الله عليه وسلم في مكة بعد البعثة 13 عاما يدعو الناس إلى التوحيد وإصلاح العقيدة. لماذا؟ لأنها الأساس الذي يقوم عليه بناء الدين. As for our noble Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم, he remained, once Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent him as a messenger, and we know he is the last messenger, the seal of all prophets, he remained 13 years after that. When he was 40, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent to him the message, and to call the people to Tawheed, to the khair and to the good. And he remained 13 years in Mecca, calling the people to Tawheed, to Islamic monotheism, correcting their belief and their creed. Because once again, as the Shaykh mentioned earlier, or in the beginning of this, because the sound creed is the foundation that the deen is built upon, that the religion is built upon. وقد احتذى الدعاة والمصلحون في كل زمان حذو الأنبياء والمرسلين. Now, if you want to know from these du'at and the people, the students of knowledge and the like, who are calling to the deen of Allah, you want to know who is calling to what is right? You look at those who follow the example of the prophets, those who they focus on this matter of Tawheed and Aqeedah. They want the people to their foundation to be sound. They want to make sure that the foundation of their religion is sound. Likewise, in any building, those who they know in structures and in buildings, they don't care about the windows or the chandeliers. They like, show me the foundation. Person tell them, look how spacious this living room. You got 3 bathrooms and a half and 2 jacuzzis. He said, listen, man, skip all that for now, right? Let's see the foundation first. Because if the foundation is shut down, bad, what are you going to do with the living room? Everything's going to go down with it. Nah. So that's why, what a person going to do with salat? Lot of Quran, lot of salat, fasting. But then the Aqeedah is, they got problems with Aqeedah. That's a serious problem right there. Serious problem. So the good du'at, they are the one who follow the example of the messengers in all times. فكانوا يبدأون بالدعوة إلى التوحيد وإصلاح العقيدة ثم يتجهون بعد ذلك إلى الأمر ببقية أمر الدين. نعم, they focus to make sure that the people are taught Tawheed. The Muslims, Ibadullah, are taught the creed, the sound belief. And then with that, they teach them the rest of the matters of the religion, from Salat and Zakat, fasting and Hajj, marriage, selling, transactions, akhlaq, and all of the things that they need to know for their religion, so that their ibadat can be sound. But they focus on that which the messengers and the prophets they focused on. Make sure that the people, they are on sound creed. وهذه العقيدة يقول الشيخ الفوزان حفظه الله توقيفية، بمعنى أنها لا تثبت إلا بدليل من الشارع ولا مسرح فيها للرأي والاجتهاد. When you drink, drink with your right hand, okay? I know some people are drinking with the right hand, very good. No, he's good. He was right, he was drinking with his right hand. Huh? No, Allahu A'lam. Alhamdulillah. But just will remind you, when you drink, I'm not going to point out somebody because that's not from the good manners and good etiquettes. If I correct something because I see something, we're not going to mention no names. Okay, so the sunnah is that you drink with your right hand. Sometimes people, they forget. Sometimes people, they are lefty, they're left-handed. They write with the left hand and they grow up with that. So all they need is a reminder that we brothers, we remind one another, inshallah, as long as we do it in a nice way. Okay? Especially when we talk to the little ones. Because we want them to like the masjid, we want them to. And remember, the little ones, they still little, so they can make mistakes. We grown up and we still make mistakes. So the little ones, they still learning. So they're going to make mistake here and they're going to forget certain things that we taught them yesterday. That's why my advice to myself first and to all of you, dear brothers, when you deal with the little ones, be nice to them. Talk to them with a cheerful face. Ahsant. Cheerful face. I'm guilty too, man. It's easy for us to give advice, but when you apply it, we ask Allah to help us, okay? Go back to the book, inshallah, or to what we were saying and sharing with you. The Shaykh, he says, Aqeedah tawqifiyya. What does it mean? Meaning, the only way you can believe in something and you know that it's true, he has to have a dalil from what Allah has legislated. There is no room for opinions when it comes to Aqeedah or ikhtilaf or do it this way, we can do it the other way because this, because no, there is no such thing. ومن ثم فإن مصادرها مقصورة على ما جاء في الكتاب والسنة. So therefore, the sources that we take our creed from are limited and restricted exclusively to the Quran and the Sunnah. You don't say, well, we follow this Shaykh. We come from this country. Our tribe, actually, we find them doing it this way. We're not talking about how you're cooking. When it comes to food, stick to the food to your people. It's no problem, as long as it's halal and healthy too. Okay? That's why you see in our communities, for example, especially in Ramadan, when they bring like community iftar, you see a lot of dishes. And you might like, what is that? Somebody says, I never seen that. Yes, well, this is the first time for you see it. Some people, they've been eating this, that's all they know. Likewise, we come from different backgrounds, different countries, we speak different dialects. There's nothing wrong with that. We speak different languages, we don't look the same. But when you come to the deen of Allah, there's no such thing you can use the same thing. Wahi, you believe this way, we believe in that way. Because remember, we don't eat the same food, we don't speak the same dialect. and we come from different countries. That's why we believe differently. That's why we make dua a different way.